Joining us today for Bonus Conversations on the Coast is Tim Keller, and Tim is the manager of the Paulus Center Bookstore at Old St. Mary's. Did I get it right?
You did. You got it right.
And the reason we asked Tim to drop by is that this past Wednesday, two interesting things occurred on the same day. One, the beginning of Chinese New Year's, and secondly, Ash Wednesday, which begins the Lenten season in the Christian churches. And I thought it would be great to have Tim come by and talk a little bit about books for Lent. And,
sure.
But before we get into that, let me say something which I want to say now because otherwise I'll not get to it, I'll forget. The location of the store, 614 Grand Avenue, just off California Street. The hours Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Sunday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Assuming they get there between those hours, what'll they be looking at?
Oh, well, it's probably the best Catholic bookstore in the city, I humbly say.
Good.
But we have a good selection of books and a large selection of religious articles as well.
Okay, very good. And are there specific kinds of books that people are looking for this particular season, or
what in the Lenten season? People like something that's they can carry around with them. So, like A Page a Day for Lent by Paulus Press. Liturgical Press has put out a small little kind of pocket-sized book, which are just one-day meditations, and those seem to be the popular things rather than a larger
Life
book
of
that
Saint
you got to commit some time to, you know. Right.
Yeah. You recently had a major event at the store. Is that book still selling well, Sister Helen Prejean?
Yeah. We were very fortunate to have Sister Helen Prejean, who is the author, as you know, of Dead Men Walking. She has a new book, which is great. My God, I forgot the first title. It's Innocence, The Death of Innocence.
The Death of Innocence.
I drew a blank there for a second.
Yeah.
He had a great book signing. It was wonderful. And we still have lots of her signed copies available in the shop. So.
That's not a bad book to spend some time with.
No, it's an eye-opener, to be honest.
Yeah. What about books about saints like St. Francis and things like that? Do they pick up during that?
For us, the books and the saints, it's year-round. It's year-round, really. And the classics. I mean, authors that have been dead for centuries are best-selling authors in our bookstore. And authors,
and they can't come in for signing.
Exactly. Thomas Merton, Henry Nouwen, Bishop Sheen, these guys have all been, in the ground for a while, but their books sell and continue to sell. And they continue to release new books with their names on them, which I find interesting.
Particularly in the case of Henry Nouwen.
Yes, he's prolific for a man that's... no longer with us. But
you were talking before the show that the Lenten season segues into other seasons.
Right.
Such as?
Well, we have the rite of Christian initiation for adults, which is real big. These are adults that are entering into the church, maybe from other traditions, or it's their first time at any religious tradition. And people are looking for gifts. So there's a lot of adult-type things people want to give to their friends that are entering the church. So we have a lot of those types of things. Also confirmation and First Holy Communion and Easter. So it's a busy time for us, really.
Now, when you talk about those kind of peoples, the RCIA people, and is that where you get into selling the religious articles, perhaps?
Sure. Yeah, because people want to give a commemorative gift to remember the occasion. So whether it's rosary or Bible or a pendant, a lot of saints' medals. I mean, the Catholic tradition, we have our tchotchkes,
We certainly do.
Yes. A couple of thousand years worth of tchotchkes going there. So.
Every time we've interviewed booksellers on this program, we give them some time to talk about their favorite book in the store at this moment, both a new one and an old one.
Okay. Well, my favorite book in the store isn't really a new book, but it's not ancient like some of the other books. Ronald Rolheiser, an author I think is very contemporary voice for now, for people living in the world now that we all experience daily. The Holy Longing, which is a double-day publication, amazing book. There's a few other earlier books that they've brought out, such as The Shattered Lantern and An Infinite Horizon. Those are all Rolheiser books.
What's the book with longing in the title about?
Holy Longing, it's really the spiritual life, our spiritual life, our day-to-day, getting up, going to work, that type of thing.
Good. And an old one?
An old one, well, for me, it's always going to be Thomas Merton, because I think he's a great author. He writes very well. There's a few books that I've had to reread.
Yeah.
Because he's dense,
yes.
but I love Merton.
Yeah. No, there are some of his stuff is absolutely impenetrable.
Yes. Yeah. He's a heavy guy.
But he's really worth going back to.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking to Tim Keller, the manager of the Paula Center Bookstore at Old St. Mary's, located at 614 Grant Avenue, just off California Street. And the hours in the store are Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., Sunday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Get over there and find out if you don't think it's the best religious bookstore in San Francisco. This has been Bonus Conversations on the Coast, and I'm Jim Foster.
Follow us on Twitter at Jim Foster COC, or send an email to jimfostercoc@gmail.com.